My name is David Banner, sex, drugs, and video games, and 2 in 1, baby, let's go. And you are logged in to Hip Hop Wired. Wait, I want to finish. .com. And you are logged in to hiphopwired.com. Well, the title is Sex, Drugs, and Video Games. It's actually like it's a 3-part section. It's a question that I'm asking people. When I went to Europe, when Get Like Me was at the thunderstorm that it was, I got an opportunity to see how the world viewed African American males, and I was embarrassed. Like, really, that was one of the reasons why I took that break for a minute, because I really tried to figure out, like, you know, what could I do to better that process? You know, because honestly, I'm not going to sit up here live and bother my spirit. So, you know, that's when I decided to do the record that we fully financed with Ninth Wonder, you know what I'm saying, Death of a Pop Star. So that took care of the artistic side of me, you know what I'm saying, because that was one of the dopest albums, period. So then it came back to, now I have to service the conventional David Banner fan. Like, how can I do that and serve my fans? You know, because we got to be honest, the people that put me on was folks that like a pimp. Why in most cases we not comfortable unless somebody is downgrading us or calling us a nigga or a bitch? Why is it that we from the hood and we see all these hood situations? Like, we don't need to hear that too. We can go right outside and see it. So why is it that we want to be trapped in this world that 9 times out of 10, if you really step away from it, we don't want to be in? So then the second part of Sex, Drugs, and Video Games is now asking the world, if black people, the only stimulus that we get is sex, drugs, and violence. Like, you can give us 3 different cups, but if they all got water in them, do you really have a choice? If every time we see a movie, a black man is a dope dealer for the most part, he's violent or something dark about him in the sense of what they say darkness is. If that's the only stimuli that you feeding them, then what kind of music you think you gonna get, huh? You know what I'm saying? And then the last part that I'm asking people is that, you know, as much as you think you're making a choice, if people are only feeding us that, if you grow up a kid, you grow up and you see a kid, you tell a kid, he a king, he a king, he a king, he a king, all his life, what you think he gonna be when he grow up? But if you constantly telling the kid every day of his life, he a nigga, he ain't gonna never be shit, he ain't gonna grow up to be nothing, what do you think he's gonna be? So at the end of the day, I'm asking people, if life is really a video game, then who has the controller? That's what Sex, Drugs, and Video Games is.